Maybe we could turn our attention to the recent past, because you and I have spoken about this as well. You can expand on how 2020 impacted the market for selling a law practice.
Yeah, sure. And there, I think it's fun sometimes to be, to think historically, right? I mean, it's when you're in the moment, it's hard to see, that forest for the trees. But I'd like to answer your question here from the forest standpoint, and to also think about it in terms of consumer attention. Right, like we all migrate towards what's more convenient. Like it's always fun to hear like the parent stories. Like when I was a kid, I walked 3 miles to school, uphill, in a snowstorm. Right, and like today, okay, well, it's whether you took a bus or your parents took you to school or whatnot. We migrate towards convenience, and in law, there's been a tremendous migration to convenience over the last 30 years. I'll answer your question, but I think it's important to just point out that where senior attorneys, the world that they grew up in, that sort of walking uphill in the snow to school, that analogy here goes to pre-Google. That is, in the pre-Google world, which amazingly was only a little more than 20 years ago, okay? But in the pre-Google world, lawyers depended primarily on word of mouth, okay? That is, a lawyer would be referred either by other lawyers or by other professionals or by a person's friend, brother, sister, coworker, whatnot. And that's how lawyers tended to get their work. Then Google enters onto the scene in 2000. And from 2000 to 2019, we've got what we call a website plus world, right? Lawyers and law firms are introducing websites. They're introducing LinkedIn profiles. They are some of us getting acquainted with Google AdWords, okay? 2020, we are all just plunged into the digital world, okay? We're at home for 6 to 9 months. We're all, we've got what I call just Zoomified, right? Where we are on Zoom all the time. We're connecting with our clients on Zoom, and lawyers are realizing that, okay, if we want to be attracting clients, then we really need to start adopting multi-channel digital marketing. And from that forest perspective, Ari, lawyers that are depending, and we put a 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 label on this. That is, 1.0 is pre-Google. 2.0 is that website plus. 3.0 is where we're living now, what we're experiencing right now. Post-2020, we are in the digital age, the digital era of multi-channel digital marketing. Those lawyers and law firms that continue to think that somehow, some way, we're going back to what people remember as normal, okay, whether that is the 2.0 or certainly the 1.0 word of mouth, they are losing market share because the consumers have migrated. It's not that the lawyers have changed. The consumers have changed, and they've migrated to convenience. The consumer will often go to America's greatest referral source, which is Google. Uncle Google is our greatest referral source for lawyers today, and lawyers and law firms really need to realize it, because they're going to continue to lose market share if they don't embrace the 3.0 digital era.